Kol Bezrat Hashem, thank you for coming and joining us in Yeshivat Shalom Bait today, the day, Baruch Hashem, that was given to our Am Yisrael, specifically by Hashem, a Thanksgiving Day for Am Yisrael not to go to work, but to learn Bezrat Hashem. And this way we're going to learn, as the Rabbi said today in the morning, that Chas v'Shalom, you should not be leaving leftover food from this day for Shabbat, which will be Mamash Chilul Shabbos. Right? Makes sense? Makes sense?
Don't leave the turkey.
No, any food that you prepare. Yeah, he said all that. If you prepare anything for this day and you have the leftovers, you have to no, not to throw away. Well, no, he didn't say throw away. I didn't hear that. I heard that you should prepare food that you regularly prepare for Shabbat, especially the leftovers you have. You could eat it, but that's not should be the main thing for Shabbat. Shalom, none of it. Okay, I did not hear the words "take throw out the food." Anyway, but what's the point? But what's the point of this day? The point of this Thanksgiving Day is for the ladies. If you want to shalom bayit, send your husbands to yeshiva and bet midrash to learn, and then you're gonna have plenty of shalom bayit. We are holding by Siman Lamed Bet and Halacha Yudalef 11, right? Yeah. Right. Or she'ibdo shelo lishmo im yesh tikun lachazor le'avdo lishmo. So now you have to understand, right? What were they doing? You're taking a skin of an animal. We already discussed the inner part where facing the meat will be written on. The outside part facing the hair will be that will be called the cloth. For now, so there is a process of to make it ibud, to make it usable for cloth. So now what happens is we said already yesterday that you must do it lishma for the purpose of. So it's up. I didn't. It's my fault. I should have checked out. If today we would say lishma davar kedusha, or it sounds like from Rosh Hashanah yesterday he told us over here in Siman, in Sif Ched, that it has to be. I'm doing it for tefillin. I'm doing it. It's very hard to find today. I would probably find people who will say no. If you did it for the Shem, for the name, for the purpose of any davar shebekdusha, any purpose in the holiness, that would be maybe sufficient, or maybe not. You have to find out, because we're not learning all the mifarshim here because we just want to cover ground, and then when we do second round around, we go with Mishnah Brura, we go inside deeper, unless we get into very serious trouble. This is not a serious trouble, but I should have checked yesterday if it's okay with the Sofrim that if they did the preparation of the skin for just saying, not specifically saying for tefillin, mezuzah, and sefer Torah, like it sounds like Maran, or say that maybe it's required to do that. But I was saying maybe if he just prepares all the preparations of the skin and it says for anything that's holy. Okay, maybe that way. Now we're talking about where the skin was prepared for writing, but it was not set for sefer Torah. Goyim, in olden days, was very common. 500 years ago, people used to write on cloth. Everybody. So now you found in the store, like a lot of people got a lot of this is a common question today. We didn't get there yet. In Chot Pesach Sukkah, people buy the bamboo mats from Home Depot. Can they use them? That's a very common question. Can we use the goyish bamboo because it's cheaper? Now you have a problem over there because that's ma'amid. Wherever it's holding those bamboos are real plastic, and I will not be surprised if all the bamboos are plastic also. Whatever you buy in Home Depot, because don't forget the Chinese, Baruch Hashem, they know how to mimic everything. Right. So once you know how to mimic anything, and you could make it for cheap, don't mimic it. So if bamboo it's what you want to buy from Home Depot, and you don't know it's real bamboo, you have a lot of problems. I Rabbi, for sure, I break it. It looks like a bamboo. Yeah, we know. We know.
To write the Torah, you have to be specific animal.
Yeah, of course. The cow.
Only cow.
Cow. I think maybe lamb also. Yeah, but it has to be kosher animal. Yeah.
Well, it's normal.
That's the kosher.
Specific
also. Okay, but gentlemen, we're here for this. He's going to teach us all that. Okay, so he says. Now we're in 12. It says number 11 says over here. What happened was you bought a goyish cloth. Now can I polish it? Can I make it to reconstruct it? Can I do it's all layers, right? So maybe make it smoother more a little bit to make it usable for me. That's the question. So over there, maybe yes. Go take a look over there. They didn't give us the psak. Okay. You'd bet. יהיה הקלף באור בהמה וחיה ועוף. הנה. הטהורים. So Rabbi says over here, The klav should be from the skin of an animal, mehema, vechaya, or even a deer, like Rabbi Chaim just said, va'of, even turkey, I guess, the big skin. Yeah, yeah. Va'of, it could be a bird. Hatehorim, the birds that are tehorim. Now you might say, what is that? There are actually, well, how many birds are there? Who knows? Who knows how many birds species are there? Species.
In total?
Oh, sure.
What?
It's a lot.
Don't say nobody knows. Ask Google. He'll tell you in a second.
Yeah.
Wow, what's the problem? How many species of birds? Thousands, right? You could assume.
Yeah.
Do you know how many of them are not kosher?
Majority. Yeah.
Only 24.
Only 24?
That's it. From the birds. It's the most delicious, the most kosher animal that there is. Any kosher creature. Birds only have 24 species that are not kosher. Everything else bird kosher. Don't say asur. Don't say asur. Shlomo, I'm talking. You say to me asur. Okay. The Torah tells you only 24.
Ostrich isn't kosher.
The Torah enumerates which ones are not kosher. That's it. Next. Afilu min vela utrefah shelahem. Even if they died in the street, you found a cow dead, you could take the skin and use it for the mitzvah. Yeah. Aval lo meor behema v'chaya v'ovat me'im. However, if they are impure animals, elephant makes a lot of skin over there. Look at that. You could write probably the whole Sefer Torah just from one elephant, right? There's no dichtiv. It's as it says over there. Lemanti Torah Hashem b'ficha. As it says in the Torah, it has to be in your mouth. So what does that mean? Mimin hamutar lepicha. Whatever is allowed to be eaten into your mouth. So your mouth, the Torah says it has to be Torah Hashem bificha, Torah Hashem in your mouth. So whatever goes into your mouth, that's what you're allowed to use for the holy writings. V'lo me'or dag. What about skin of a fish? Yeah, once I saw. By the way, well, there's a museum that they have actually a skin of a snake.
For what?
Snake, 23 feet snake. Yeah.
For what?
Dead snake, whatever, the
Just
skin.
the skin of it.
Yeah, 23 foot. That's a lot.
Shoes.
Huh?
Shoes.
Whatever, yeah. But obviously, so what about dog? You have a fish. Afilu hu tahor, even if it's a striper. Big skin, yeah, right, a big skin. Or what about tuna? It's a lot of skin over there. Maybe you could write on it.
That's different.
What? Are you telling me?
Yeah.
One second. What? You have some problems with fish?
Yeah, I said stinky. He just.
What's with you on Shabbos? What's with you on Shabbos? You don't eat fish on Shabbos?
Of course I do.
So that's it. You got scared me. I'm like, some people can't eat fish. I mentioned fish and his face changed. Okay, anyway, what's the problem? Some people say, how can you write on a cow? Skin of the cow? A little child's going to look at it. It's all yucky, schmacky. You clean it up nicely and use it. Big deal. What about tuna? You have tunas. Some tunas are like this thick.
That's not a different. That's a different. No.
Why? Why?
I just said it.
That's what he's saying. You shouldn't use it. But what's the problem? I want to use it.
Stinks.
Why?
He says the Shulchan
Yeah, let's see.
That it smells.
Mishum din fish zuhame. Okay, zuhame is smell. You want to smell?
Yeah.
Okay.
Plus it doesn't hold, right?
It's very delicate, but he says it's because it gets rotten
Yeah.
Fast.
Yeah. So you want to tell me there's no way you could make it that it will not rot? Preserve it? There's no way to preserve it. How do they do it in the museum?
Then you can't write
How
on
do they
it.
do museums?
But then you can't write on it if you put all the chemicals.
Why not? That's what we're doing with the other one. We're washing it properly.
Formaldehyde and all that.
No.
Maybe
They do,
they have a
Again, so
I think it gets disgusting. It's saying it gets bad smell.
again, let me ask you a question. If that's the reason, today, like Rabbi Yosef, today they have all the technology in the world. Let's say I caught what's his name, tuna fish. Let's say tuna is the best example. Yeah, no, Leviathan is not kosher. He said it has to be tahor.
I'm gonna eat it.
What?
That's it. Okay.
That's different. Okay. Now maybe the Leviathan Hashem is talking about is kosher. Obviously, no. You have to assume it is kosher.
It has to
Hashem is
be
telling you.
naturally sanitary, not with chemicals.
What? A cow is natural sanitary? No. You have to ibud. You have to know. There's certain ways to make it kosher. What do you mean? There's a whole process.
Once you do the ibud, it becomes zen.
So maybe there's a ibud for fish, though. Maybe in those days it was too expensive to make special
But I
ibud.
saw the operation they do for the cow. There's
Yeah.
no chemicals added to it. It's
No, to make it into a cloth.
right. They don't add chemicals.
No,
to
what's
it.
ibud? smooth it out with chemicals, of course.
Try it out.
No, they put with the dogs number 1, number 2. Reb Chaim, safe trip. Reb Chaim, thank you very much for coming. Aloha, chazor, lechu leshalom, tachzoru b'shalom. And mazel tov, mazel tov.
That's for the tanning.
What?
That's for tanning, not for the club.
What? The dogs, what's the name they use
I know, for tanning.
for tanning?
Tanning.
Or making it softer?
For making shoes and stuff like that.
No, they use it for the glove. What are you talking about?
For the glove.
That's the bracha that Hashem gave the dogs. Yeah, the number 2 is used. Yeah. We'll discuss it right now. Okay, maybe now. Okay. Not ברita, זה הלכה, הבין בי. גימל. Let's go. We have a few more minutes. יהיה הקלף שלם, שלא יהיה בו נקבים שאין הדיו עובר עליו. So you have to be very careful that the cloth that's used for the tefillin has to be complete. There's no holes in it at all. Right? And also, I guess the ink should not be seeping into it. So that's part of the seeping into it, right? It's not supposed to.
Pores.
What?
No pores.
That, what?
Pores, like holes.
No, that's what I understand. But we're talking about maybe the ink is going through and through the cloth. You have to be very careful. That's part of the ibud. That's part of the process that they make it stronger on one side. Whatever. That should not be. There should not be complications later. Okay. That's that. שאין הדיו עובר עליו. Okay. דהיינו שלא תהיה האות נראית בו חלוקה לשתיים. Also, that you should be careful that there should not be any divisions. So again, it has to be smooth where you write it, right? Otherwise, you write it and there's a little bump or something, whatever it is. Now the letters are splitting, and don't forget when you roll it, the ink is going to come off eventually, and you'll have broken letters. That's the problem. Okay, Yudalet. הסופרים הזריזים עושים 3 מיני קלפים. There are the sofrim they're efficient or they're proficient in this malacha. They do actually 3 different types of klafim. האב יותר לכתוב בו פרשת שמע שהיא קטנה. So the thicker ones that they prepare is to write shema that is small. מסתמה דמזוזה.
This is talking about the shel rosh.
No.
Yeah, the rosh now.
Because the shel yad is one compartment.
Right, so why are you making 3? Okay, let's see. Okay, let's not guess now. Let's see. Okay, first he says there is such a thing called as a thicker one, which is for Kriyat Shema. והדק ממנו לפרשת, yeah, you're right, okay. והדק ממנו, there is a secondary thickness, that means there's 3, so that means 3 types of thickness.
Yeah.
One is thick, one is second half thick, middle, and the third one thick. Thin, okay. והדק ממנו, the secondary thinner, לפרשת והיה עם שמוע, שהיא יותר גדולה. So I guess
It's a longer paragraph.
so because you need to roll it up. Okay, no, it's square, no? It's in it's a shel rosh.
I mean, they roll it and they put it in. It's rolled.
No, it's square.
No, it's
folded.
a square, but they fold
It's
it.
folded. Yeah, it's not rolled up.
How do they fold it?
They fold it.
Yeah,
Square there.
Well, shel rad is rolled, but shel rosh is folded. Yeah, because it's not. You can roll it. Again, you have 4 bases, right? 4 little things. You can't put a roll inside. It has to be square. You put it square in. Yeah. Okay. Now, anyway, והים שמוע שהיא יותר גדולה. So whatever is longer, you need a thinner cloth in order to roll it or to fold it easier. Okay. ולפרשת קדש ולפרשת והים כביכול שהם ארוכות עושים קלף דק מאוד. So whichever is longer, you make it thinner, the cloth, so you could obviously fold it easier. ובזה התמלאו הבתים בשווה וזהו נועל לתפילין. Why are you making Kriyat Shema in thicker? Because it should be.
It fills up the whole
The
space.
whole area is filled up this evenly. You know the chokhmah? The chokhmah, even something that you don't see, but it's inside. Like Hakadosh Baruch Hu sees everything, and it's right in front of you, praising Hashem, and it's all channeled properly, and it's all like wires, you know, like electrical wires. You can't put too thin. Can't put too thick. You need it perfect. Does that make it
Just right?
Just right. Amazing. Am Israel Kadosh. Only Kedoshim Am Israel Baruch Hashem. Good such things. וזה הוא מאוד ובזה התמלאו בתים בשווה וזהו נוי לתפילין. And that's the beauty of the tefillin. It's inside. Hashem sees it. Beautiful. ט"ו אם לאחר שנכתב ניקב בתו הה או המם כשר. So what happens is like this. So you have the letter hey, right? Structure. This is hey. So now there's a hole in the middle, which is or the mem, right? Which is a square, and you have a hole in the middle. So a little hole in the middle, the rabbi says, hey, it's kasher still. Okay? Afilu nikav kol tocho, Okay, even if
the way
if
through.
the whole through, mamish,
Yeah.
the whole space of the space between the hay, the walls, you have the whole thing. Whole, the rabbi says it's still kasher. שהנקב ממלא כל ההלל, אבל בירושלמי משמע שגם בפנים צריך שיהיה מוקף קלף. So according to Yerushalmi, he doesn't like it, and he says the whole thing has to be clove. You cannot have a letter that has a hole inside of it. ניקף רגל פנימי של ה' אפילו לא נשאר ממנו אלא כלשהו כשר להרוש. So now there's machloket. So again, you have a hay, right, like this, and you hay is like this, and then you have a small thing. Now maybe between the legs now there's such a thing also, right? Or we would say above it. Doesn't matter. There's a split by the leg. The rabbi says here,
the actual, like, this is the hay, right?
right?
This little piece, if it got scratched off or something, and you have just a little black here, it's still good.
Yeah, it's still kosher. Yeah. One second.
Because it still looks
ניקף
like
רגל פנימי של ה' אפילו לא נשאר ממנו אלא כלשהו. Okay, I got you. Makes sense. It says over here that the leg is still there, but not the same leg you painted.
Yeah.
The sofer painted a beautiful leg. Now it's not there. You still have something
Enough to
there.
recognize.
It's enough to recognize there. It's kasher le'arosh. But again, over here it's talking about nikav, or it's talking about.
There was a hole in the leg.
Is it mean nikav, or it means just erased?
Let's say a hole got through one of the dio here.
I got you. Okay.
You can't see it
So
anymore.
להרוש is kasher. Beautiful. Aga, אבל שאר פוסקים מצריכים כמלוא אות. No? The other poskim tell us that it has to be complete letter. קטנה. That it has to look like a letter. That even that little spitz, that little line over there, what is that? It has to be fulfilled properly, and many rabbanim will puzzle it. Okay, halacha. Okay, continue in this seif. Nikaf regel hayemini. Okay. However, what about the right side of the hay? The ones that's holding look like a resh, right? The one that's a hay, a resh. So that one is damaged. If you could still recognize it as a hay, as part of the hay, then it's kasher. And if not, it's gonna be pasul. Okay. Tet zayin. Nifsak achat mehaotiyot. Okay, so nifsak. What does nifsak mean?
It broke.
Nifsak.
No.
There was a space
There is a space between it.
in the actual letter. There was a
Right.
break.
In the right. Otiyot. So the rabbi says like this. Haggah says pshutot kegon vav. You have vav zayin. They became split into two.
In the middle or whatever.
Or shenifsak regel, or the regel was cut off. Right. So 1 second. The leg. So not second. So you have a vav. So what happens like this? This is a vav, right? So it's split over here, and then the yud is split from the leg.
There's a little hole or whatever.
Right. Split, whatever it means. Or zayin split into half, and so it's still right. So it says or shenifsak regel. However, all the leg of it split from it completely.
You're saying the nun looks like this, and if this part came off.
Right. No, nifsak.
The nun
It's still
has-
there.
The nun has. Oh, it's still there, but.
נפסק means there's a split in it.
All right.
או שנפסק רגל וכיוצא בה, אם תינוק שאינו חכם, you take a child, this is where we see the halacha, you take a child who is not such a bright child, ולא טיפש, but he's not so foolish, יודע לקרותו, he knows kosher, he taught olive base, they taught him properly with honey, right, they knows a little bit, so he goes there, יודע לקרותו, if a child will be able to read the letter, it's kasher. However, if the child won't be able to read it, that child, which is average child, then it will be pasul. ואין צריך לכסות לו שאר אותיות כמו שנוהגים.
You don't have to cover the other letters
That for
when
what?
you're asking him to read.
That's right. But we do. We do. Everybody does.
He's saying Kemoshe Noagim, we don't have to do that.
Now today they changed already.
Yeah?
They actually cover everything else, so that in order for him to choose. But yeah, some say yes. I seen it, but they covered. Yeah. The rabbi says we don't have to. Okay. Miu Rama says miu im anu roim shelo nishar tzurat haot ketikuno pasul af al pi she'atino koreh oto k'ilchato. So now you see that the trick is that Ramara says, wait a minute. If you don't cover the letters, so the children are not stupid. They know the psukim. They learn it already. They hear it. They hear the Torah there. Yeah. So he comes. He's going to say, "Oh, that's the hey," because that's the word. He's going to understand the whole word. So you have a problem. It says, even though the child could read, But you know it's already not. It's all separated.
Deformed.
It's deformed, improper. It's not a proper form anymore. It's pasul and redo the whole thing. Okay. The machshirinan. The rabbi says, this is what we make kasher. Kshenifsak, or what remains kosher if the letters split. Davka ksenichtav v'chashrut v'achakach nifsak. This is only talking about if it was really written before the chatchila and then it split. However, when it was really, so that's why today a lot of Rabbanim will say asur mezuzah with the hole because they know they cannot testify when the hole occurred. Since we cannot know when it's occurred, we say all mezuzot that have a hole, even not as long as it's in the area of the cloth where they write, even.
No, but you can't trust the sofer if you know him.
No.
If you know him, he doesn't have.
We don't know. No. The question is,
they have a
how do you?
certification.
Even though machine doesn't know anything if there's a hole, how will the machine know there's a hole?
No, when the
Machine is
sofer
right.
is writing it, if he sees a hole, he's not supposed to.
Again, you weren't there.
But
Question.
still, you have chesed kashrut,
Question is not you.
and you can't eat at
The
any
question.
restaurant with it.
Yeah, you're not.
How do you trust the
You're not
mashgiach?
allowed to eat in any restaurant. What's the question? I don't understand. What are you talking about? We're all eating treifas over there. What can you do? Anyway, we're eating because okay, we're eating. Okay, life. Shema Rahim. You think you were eating anything kosher today? Anything? Forget restaurants. Anything in the store you buy is not kosher. Not me. Not my words. Don't say Rabbi Sofer is stupid and he's strict. That's not my words. Oh, you said it's not kosher. All hashgachot said they testified it's not kosher. What do you want from me? You forgot? In March there was a big write-up in Army magazine. Oh, in the Budapest they had the whole all the hashgachot came together and they said during Corona no mashgiach ever went to a factory. It was all Zoom. So if they're telling us it's not kosher, what are you thinking? I'm crazy? They're telling us that why do you think all the manufacturing plants went in flame? You know how many went in flame? You don't know that's all over the news?
So what happened?
The many manufacturing factories went in flames. Over 100 already. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is burning them all.
Wow.
The whole treifas, what do you want? If the Hashgacha is telling you it's treif, I don't understand. You think we're such a lucky people? We're not so lucky. Anyway, so now I remember the Chachamim always mezuzah. There's a hole right away pasul. We don't say maybe. So if the sofer was the one who know for sure, okay, different, no problem. But right now you're the rabbi. They came to you and say, Rabbi Shemesh, please give us psak. You see a hole. You're supposed to assume right away the hole was there lechatchila. Right? Why would there be a hole? Somebody was puncturing it. Well, the holes just don't come up. Nobody comes to the mezuzahs and start making holes. So that's what you assume. That's what, because so it says here. But that if it had a hole before, it's pasul. You're not allowed to start writing. Rabbi Shemesh says no, but let's be done the kavsud. It's so fair. Yeah, but no, business is business.
I think his question was if you took it to the same sofer who wrote it.
The what?
I think his question was if you took it to the same sofer who wrote it.
Still, maybe he missed it.
Beseder.
He will be. I mean, maybe he missed it.
What do you mean by a hole is the cloth?
So what's the point of
Yeah.
all these halachot?
What do you mean? Which point?
All the halachot we're reading now.
Right now,
Just
so
say if there's a hole, it's pasul.
So no, like this. If the sofer could say, yes, I remember there was a hole here. Let's say, good. If that's the same sofer that you bought it from, he will tell you, I know there's a hole there. Right away, he'll tell you it's a hole.
If he remembers, God.
Good, I'm sure he remembers.
How many thousands of mezuzot
That's
does
what,
it write?
today is not, we're not
If
talking
there
about
was
that.
a hole there, then it's pasul.
Yeah, no, it's not. If it was lechatchila,
Lechatchila pasul.
no, sorry, you're right. There was no hole in lechatchila. He'll tell
Okay,
you.
so he tells you there was no hole.
There was no hole in
So you
lechatchila.
can't
I
trust
checked.
him.
Then you could trust him. Yeah, of course. Why not?
Okay.
You trust his mezuzah in your house. Now you can't trust him.
So what's the difference between asking him and not asking him?
No, but you're telling me we're going to a different rabbi. That rabbi always have to assume there was a hole there
Let's say
before.
you say, I know the sofer, he's a tzaddik. He would never write
Okay,
it.
if the rabbi wants to take it on his head, I don't mind.
Uh-huh.
I'm not taking it on my head. Are you?
I hear.
You don't understand. I was burned by a sofer. I don't want to. We're on a video. So it's not proper to say it, but I hired a sofer to write a sefer Torah for our shul. Baruch Hashem, it never came through. The guy was a boy. He's a boy. You understand what that means?
He didn't know how to write?
No, it just disappeared.
He's a boy. Okay?
Not six.
Shem Rachem. Okay? He was a boy. He was a girly boy.
And he knew how to write it?
And he was a sofer. You know how many mezuzot all over Queens with him? Shem Rachim Aleinu. Ay, ay, ay.
Maybe he went off the derech.
Ah, that's what you think. No, he was molested when he was a child, unfortunately. Okay, anyway.
So he's pasul as a sofer,
From
from the beginning.
from the beginning.
Let's
Everything
say he
pasul.
went off the derech.
Everything pasul.
Right, from-
Everything, yeah.
even
There's
from
nobody
10 years
goes
ago?
nobody goes off there. There is no such concept.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
So let's say, let's not talk about him. Let's talk about somebody else. Has v'shalom, a boy gets molested, and but he's still straight. You know, he's still
Okay, no.
grows up, marries a girl. Shomer kashrut, shomer negiah, shomer everything. So we cannot trust that person, or yes.
What are you talking about?
So for example, that person becomes a sofer.
Again, if it's a normal person, it's a normal person.
It's a normal person, but
Good.
got molested when I was a little child.
He's
Okay.
talking about the molester himself.
Oh, the molester.
No, he was a molester and he was a
Molester was
molester.
molested.
Most molesters were molested. That's the rule.
Okay, but then,
Right? And this guy was
doesn't
molested
give-
and he was
doesn't
molesting
give
somebody else
No,
also.
no,
That's how he found out.
He
Not
grew
all
up, he
molesters
liked
become
it.
molesters.
Yeah.
And he can
What?
live his
Not all
life.
molesters become molesters.
Well,
Most
that's
of
not
them,
true.
yeah.
Not all the kids become.
No. If he's a molester, he was
He
molested.
grew up
If he
like
was
it.
molested, yeah.
If he's a molester now, he was molested.
Yeah, but not every kid becomes.
Yeah, of course not. Obviously, if there's remedies to cure, and it's not a problem. Anyway.
They like killing.
פשוטה או כיוצא בה, okay, so now, ונפסק בו, או אם רגל הקו הפשוטה, so same thing, the regular of the cuff, או כיוצא בזה, בה, מגיע לסוף הקלב, בלי הקב, קלב מתחילתו פסול. Again, so you have all the אותיות, we're going to stop right here, that if there is a split in them, in the end of the word, whatever it is, that will make it not kosher.
let's say you find out he doesn't eat kosher.
Have a wonderful day.
Or he doesn't-
Let's thank our ladies for helping us to learn Torah.
Let's say you find out this